Cats have a strange daily routine. You wake up in the morning and your cat is sleeping. You come back a few hours later, still sleeping. Afternoon passes, sleeping again. By the time evening arrives, it feels like your cat has barely moved all day. In fact, if you've ever owned a cat, you've probably wondered the same thing at some point. How can one animal spend so much of its life asleep? Some cats sleep 14 hours a day. Others can reach 16 hours, sometimes even more. That means a typical house cat may spend over 2/3 of its life sleeping, which raises a simple but fascinating question. Why do cats sleep so much? Before we uncover the answer, take a quick second to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps the channel grow and allows us to keep explaining the simple things most people never stop to question. Now, let's talk about cats. Most people assume cats sleep all day because they're lazy. After all, compared to dogs or humans, they seem incredibly inactive. They stretch, curl up somewhere warm, close their eyes, and disappear into another nap. But that common explanation is actually wrong. Cats aren't sleeping so much because they're lazy. They're sleeping because their bodies were designed for something very different from the way most house cats live today. To understand this, we need to go back thousands of years, long before cats were sleeping on couches or sunbathing near windows. Domestic cats originally evolved from small wild hunters. Their ancestors survived by stalking and catching small prey like rodents, birds, and insects. And hunting is an activity that demands something very specific from the body: explosive energy. Unlike animals that graze for hours or travel long distances, predators rely on short, intense bursts of power. A hunt may last only a few seconds, but during that moment, the body has to move incredibly fast. Muscles fire instantly, reflexes activate, the heart rate spikes. All the stored energy in the body gets used in a rapid burst. And once that burst is over, the body needs time to recover. This is where sleep becomes essential. Cats are built for a cycle of intense activity followed by long periods of rest. Their muscles store energy specifically for quick attacks. Their nervous system is tuned for sudden reactions. Even their vision is optimized for detecting movement rather than constant activity. But these systems are extremely energy demanding. That means a cat's body naturally balances things out by resting for long periods between moments of action. And here's what surprises most people. Even though your cat might look like it's doing nothing all day, its body is actually operating on the exact same biological system as a wild predator. The difference is that modern house cats rarely need to hunt. Food appears in a bowl, water is always available, there are no predators nearby. So the bursts of activity that once came from hunting now show up in smaller ways: chasing a toy, sprinting across the hallway, or suddenly attacking a piece of string. Those tiny echoes of their ancient hunting behavior, running through the house at full speed, jumping on furniture, pouncing on invisible targets, those are actually tiny echoes of their ancient hunting behavior. But because those bursts are so short, the rest of the time is mostly spent recovering. And that recovery often looks like sleep. However, there's another detail about cat sleep that most people misunderstand. When a cat appears to be sleeping, it often isn't fully asleep at all. Cats spend a large portion of their rest time in something called light sleep. Their eyes may be closed, their body is still, but their ears continue to rotate towards sounds, and their brain remains partially alert. In fact, a cat can wake up from this state in less than a second. This semi-awake condition allows them to rest while still remaining aware of their environment, something that was extremely important for survival in the wild. But that's only part of the story, because the way cats sleep isn't just about conserving energy. It's also connected to something far deeper in their biology, something that affects when they sleep, how they sleep, and why their energy suddenly explodes at the strangest times of day. And once you understand that hidden pattern, your cat's behavior will start to make a lot more sense.
If you've ever lived with a cat, you've probably noticed something strange about their schedule. They may sleep most of the day, But early in the morning or suddenly late at night, they become incredibly active, running across the house, jumping onto furniture, chasing things that don't seem to exist. It can almost feel like your calm, sleepy cat suddenly transforms into a completely different animal. And in a way, it actually does, because cats follow a biological rhythm that is very different from ours. Humans are diurnal, which means we are naturally active during the day and sleep at night. Some animals, like owls, are nocturnal, meaning they are active during the night. But cats belong to a third category. They are crepuscular. This means their bodies are naturally programmed to be most active during dawn and dusk. In the wild, these times are ideal for hunting. Many small animals, like rodents and birds, are most active during these low-light hours. At the same time, visibility is low enough for predators to approach without being easily seen. Cats evolved to take advantage of this window. Their eyes are extremely sensitive to low light. Their whiskers detect tiny movements. Their hearing can pick up sounds that humans would never notice. All of these features work best during the quiet hours of early morning and evening. So even when a cat lives safely inside a home, that ancient rhythm remains, which explains why your cat may suddenly sprint through the house at 2 a.m. or wake up full of energy just before sunrise. From the cat's perspective, those moments feel like the perfect time to hunt. But here's where things get even more interesting. Not all of a cat's sleep is the same. Just like humans, cats move through different stages of sleep. Most of their resting time is spent in light sleep, where their brain stays partially alert. But during deeper sleep cycles, cats enter a stage similar to human REM sleep, the phase associated with dreaming. You might have seen this before. A cat sleeping peacefully and suddenly its paws twitch, its whiskers move, its ears flick. Sometimes the tail even sways slightly. These tiny movements suggest the brain is active while the body rests. Scientists believe cats may actually be replaying experiences from their waking life, possibly practicing hunting behaviors while they sleep. In other words, some of those little twitches might be your cat dreaming about chasing something. But there's another reason cats sleep so efficiently. Their bodies are extremely good at conserving energy. Compared to many animals, cats have a metabolism designed for efficiency between hunts. When they aren't actively moving, their body shifts into a low energy state, reducing unnecessary activity. This allows them to recharge quickly. It's one of the reasons cats can suddenly go from deep sleep to full speed in a matter of seconds. Their bodies are built to transition instantly from rest to action. So when your cat spends hours curled up in a quiet corner, it isn't wasting time. It's simply following the rhythm its species has used for thousands of years. A rhythm built around patience, conservation, and explosive movement when the moment is right. The comfortable life of a house cat may look peaceful and slow, but beneath that calm surface is the same biological system that helped small predators survive in the wild. Which means every nap your cat takes is actually part of a design that has worked for millions of years. And once you understand that, the mystery of why cats sleep so much becomes a lot less strange. It's not laziness, it's evolution quietly doing what it has always done. Because sometimes the simplest things hide the most misunderstood truths.